question number 9 is have to do with special relativity. So basically we have a spacecraft. Let me just start very simply, okay? And for some observer X, it see that the spacecraft is moving in a positive direction at a speed. Let's say this is the v compare in reference of X, okay, equals to 0.5 of the speed of light. So pretty a huge value, right? So this is like fast enough that we have to consider to do with special relativity. And then in another system for like the Y, we see the Y sees that the same spacecraft but is moving in the negative. So for the Y, we see it in the other way, kind of like some Vy that equals to also the same magnitude, yeah, but in the opposite direction. So then it asks us like, how is the speed of Y in the frames of X? Okay, so how can we find it? So if you try to solve this problem, just have a look at on the equation listed in the A5 in the data booklet, okay? And he is actually asking about the speed, relative speed in different frames. So can you locate that equation? That's right, that's the one. U prime equals to U minus V all divided by 1 minus UV over C squared. Okay, I just copied the equation from the data booklet. So what is the U prime and what is the U here? So let's say here you got U prime is in the S system, like you have identified here the S prime system. So the S prime system is to do with the Y, right? So I would go, this is like with the Y and it should be like negative. So this is like negative 0.5 half of the speed of light, okay? And then what is the U? The U is the speed in the X frame, okay? So this one should be what? Should be 0.5 C, okay? This is the plus minus V, okay? So this is the thing. This is the V, which is like the speed of the Y in the reference frames of X, right? Yeah. So this is the V that we need to solve for, okay? And then over 1 minus U, here is like plus half of the speed of light times with the V over C squared. So if this one and this one, you can cancel out 1C, right? 1C can be cancelled out here. Okay, so now basically you just have to solve for V from this one. Solve for the V. Okay, so let's solve for it then. So you just got what? This is like half, right, of the C times what? Okay, let's do it slowly. This is like half of the C as well minus V, and all together here below you got 1 minus half of V over C, right? So now we just need to multiply the whole denominator here with the quotient here, right? So you got what? 0.5C times with the whole things here. So 1 minus 0.5 VC. I could say that it's just about calculation. Okay, and now C, oh, we need to distribute it in as well. Yeah, so this one, C minus plus, okay, 0.25, right? And this is also just the V left, right? Because C and C cancel out each other already. And then you got this one like plus another half C minus V, okay? So now just need to move C to one side and the V to one side. So we got, okay, let me do it slowly. I can do it fast, but let's just do it slowly. So minus 0.5, oh sorry, half of the C, right? We move this one to the other side, so the plus here become the minus here. We move this one to the other side here. So then you got this is like minus this one minus 1, right, of the v. So in the end we just got this is the whole c here minus, and this one then minus this one v, right? So minus minus cancel out, so what left is just v equals to c divided by this much. And what is that? This is just like this much, right, times c. So this is 0.8, right? 0.8 c. So that's why the answer is B. Okay, so just pay attention whenever you see something like this and you see that the speed is pretty huge compared to the speed of light, then think of special relativity. In special relativity, the v actually matter. Okay, so we need to use this equation. I think that at first you chose this one because you just basically use the one like u prime equals to u minus v, but it's only work if you don't have this term matter, right? If this one is pretty small compared to 1, so then the denominator just equals to 1, then you can get this one. But in this case, the v is kind of significant enough. That's why use this equation, please. And that basically just math, okay? Please let me know if you have any question. Thank you.